Who's your emergency contact? Who should we notify in case of death? Welcome to the USP, where I spent the last 2+ decades of my life. Right now, I'm sitting in the SMU. It's a 9-month program. And in the SMU, you rotate cells every 21 days, every 3 weeks. You're just going down the line to the next cell, so on and so forth. And I started out in B block on the far side, where when I look, all I can see is a wall, the administration office, or the top of the medical. But as I progress, I end up on the other side, around the block. I counted my time every 3 weeks. I counted 9 months that I got to stay in the program. So let's say I start at 216. The cell goes all the way down to about 20, 21, then it swings back around. So my thought process was, okay, by the time I get to 220 something or whatever, I'll be ready to go home. Or not go home, but I'll be ready to go back to population and get out of the SMU program. So when we bend the corner, there's another block across from us. And every morning, I'm on the 3rd floor, so I'm able to look down and see the people that they're pulling out from other blocks going out to the rec cage. And you get a bit of news when you come through. Because, when I look out, I see people I recognize. I holler at them, "Hey, what's up, homie?" Like, "Who's that?" "Man, it's Mesa." "Oh, shit, what's up?" So every morning, because from Monday to Friday, we all get rec. And everybody in every block gets their rec at the same time. So when people come through, for that split second, we get to holler and relay messages. And, they're not just hollering at me, they're hollering at other people on other blocks that they know, or whatever, their homies or whatever. And a lot of the mornings that we come through, we get news about somebody going to court. That is one Sereno dude that came through, and he's like, he wasn't talking to me, but he was talking to his homeboy, but we can hear the conversation. He was telling the homeboy, "Yeah, I'm going to court. That dude died." They were sent on a mission on one of the homies that was fucked up. I don't know the details of the cases or the incident, but there's 6 people to a cage. So I think that Sereno dude, or 2 and 3 of his homeboy, jumped on one of the other homeboy for whatever reason, and ended up beating him to death in the rec cage. So every time he comes through the rec, he's giving his homeboys and the blocks that he's walking by an update on his situation. And the last time that we heard from him, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to ADX. They're charging us with the dude. He didn't survive." The SMU program is a death trap. Like I said, in the beginning of the SMU, the administration felt like they were in control, that this was their facility, that they were in control of the facility, and that the inmates that are put in their care is going to do and abide by their rules. No matter what these people tell them that they can't be with these individuals, the administration was like, "Nah, this is our place. You guys are going to have to figure it out." Because when you get to phase 3, you get put in a block where you come out for programs, where you come out and be able to watch TV, and you're able to go out to rec. So you're no longer secured in your cell with just another inmate, and you no longer have to come out shackled, belly chained, and cuffed up. But at the same time, like I repeated, There's an ongoing war in the penitentiary with all these different families, with all these different organizations, with all these different gangs. And their politics, which the administration failed to recognize or failed to acknowledge or accept, overrides the administration's politics, overrides their rules. Because if I break the rules of the administration, of the system, they might lock me down, send me to the SMU, put me in the SHU. Or if it was extreme enough, put a case on me. Well, if I violate the politics of my people, if these people violate the politics of their organization, well, the penalty is death. You know, it's hard for even me and some people, I'm sure for the viewers, that why everything is so extreme. Well, the reason why everything is so extreme, taken to such extreme, where it could cost somebody's life, is to make an example, to show that the rest that's coming behind them that, hey, these certain behaviors, these certain actions are not acceptable. And there's many different reasons why people in the penitentiary join up with these different gangs in there, with these different organizations. You know, for some of them, they really believe in it and they want to commit their life to this cause. For others, it's for convenience, it's for protection, or it's for access to certain revenue sources. But at the end of the day, when you sign up, you have to understand that you're signing your life up to this. But not only your life, you're signing your family up to this. Whether it be your spouse, your children, your parents, they're all signed up with you. Some people are not conscious of that. But that's the reality. Because if you fuck up and you decide to become an informant, you decide to debrief and cooperate, and you're put in protective custody where your peoples can't get to you, well, they're not going to allow you to get away with that. So the next best thing is to seek out your relatives, your spouse, or your kids. You know, some people feel like the game is diluted because you have an example of Sammy the Bull, who testified against John Gotti and got John Gotti put in 80X where he ended up dying, and Sammy the Bull is running around, relocated in another state, and then want to go down to Arizona and run a freaking ecstasy ring, get caught up, end up not getting that much time again because I'm sure he has so many other information that he didn't divulge at the time of his debrief to save for a later time. So when people see that somebody like him didn't get punished, didn't get held accountable for his actions, others believe that they could do it too. But I'm here to let you know that there's still serious organizations out there that do their part, that don't allow you to walk away. Now, there's ways that you can earn your freedom, but really at the end of the day, you signed up for these things, you signed up for life. And once you sign up for it, when your number is called and you get sent on a mission, you cannot refuse it. Because if you refuse it, you become the mission. And the reason is because you already knew what you signed up for. Your people knew what you signed up for. You know this is the life. There's people that went to prison for a few years and are never coming out because they signed up with somebody. And now they're continuously getting sent on missions and doing whatever. And the mission they got sent on didn't quite work out for them. They caught new cases, or they end up getting killed because of their affiliation. You know, every day, every morning, when they pull people out to wreck, you hear people relaying messages to different people about their ongoing cases or their circumstances. And there's been a lot of killings in the Smooth program. But these killings could have been avoided because the administration, they know everything. They know who you're affiliated with. They know who you can wreck with. And they know if you're foul. They know if you're fucked up. But they don't care. You know, for these busters, these rats that turn informant, that debrief, that cooperate, if you really seriously think that the system, meaning the FBI, meaning the police, meaning the administration, is going to protect you and keep you safe, well, I'm here to let you know that's not going to be the case. Because at the end of the day, homie, nobody likes a rat. The FBI don't like no fucking rats. The police don't like rats. The administrations don't like rats. They don't like rats. They don't like child molesters. They don't like sex offenders either. They're going to use you to the point where it's beneficial to them. Once you're done giving them everything they want, once you are no longer of any use to them, they're going to feed you to the wolves. And they're going to feed you to the wolves every single time. Because they're at the Smooth over and over and over again. These dudes get put in a wreck cage. And these dudes get their lives fucked off. You know, once you're behind that wall, homie, there's no guarantee you're coming back home. And a lot of the times, it might have nothing to do with you. You know, there was a comment on the channel that, I forget the name, but the brother said he did 30 years out of B-More. And he minded his business and he was able to go home. I'm happy to hear that. I don't wish anybody to be in any type of incident to get themselves caught up. But a lot of times the people get caught up might not have nothing to do with you. You might be able to know how to conduct yourself with respect, conduct yourself with integrity. But because you're affiliated with a group, because you're affiliated with a gang, with an organization, with a car, like for me, I'm Asian Islander, Cambodian to be exact, but I ride in a car, in a collective that is the Asian Islander car. And we have our politics. We have our standards of what we accept and what we don't. Being a part of that, I benefit from the umbrella of security in numbers, of strength and unity. But to keep that, to uphold that, when the time comes to deal with garbage, I have to take a part in it, which I had no problem because every yard I've been to, I push that line. And for me to push that line, for the people around me to accept me pushing that line, I feel that I have to be on the front line. And I've been on the front line from the day I stepped into the penitentiary until I came home. There's people in there that's comment on the videos that has been in places with me. Like I said, if at any time when I'm sharing my stories with you, that anyone that's ever been anywhere with me that feels that I've exaggerated or fabricated any of these stories, call me on it. But I'm not worried about that because I'm not here to glorify anything to make up anything for entertainment purposes. I'm just here to let you guys know what's going on behind that wall that you're not privy to. You might hear a story here, a story there, but I don't think the civilians out here are conscious that this type of shit is a every single day thing. People are getting butchered and killed every single day in a penitentiary. And at the end of the day, man, I know some of your viewers, you have relatives, you have friends that are on their way to the system. Reach out to them. Let them know the hazards that are awaiting them. But the best way to survive in a penitentiary, because you can survive in a penitentiary on your own 2 feet, by being a man, conducting yourself with integrity, keeping your word. Because at the end of the day, I'm not from a gang. I never joined up in a prison gang. There was a few incidents where people attempted to recruit me, but I turned it down because I'm already from a gang out here in the streets, but it's not recognized as an organization. We're just a street level gang. So these organizations in the prison, they're always looking to recruit. And when they see somebody that meets their standard, that is of a caliber that they want to be part of their organization, they approach you. They take you to their meetings. They educate you on their philosophy, on their laws and stuff. And they offer you an opportunity to be a part of them. Now, our Asian Islander car is not a gang. We're a collective of people from around the world, whether you're Vietnamese, Thai, Laos, Cambodian, Chinese, Korean, Samoans, Tongans, Hawaiian, Fijian, whatever. We're just a big old gumbo pot. And we don't have a structure where this guy's a shot caller, this guy's in charge of security, and so on and so forth. Our whole coalition is basically based on the respect that we have for each other. And for the most part, we respect our elders, the people that have been around, the people that we know has proven themselves to conduct themselves with the best interest of the community. And those we elevate in positions to speak for us. And the reason every car has a spokesman is because you don't need a bunch of people putting in their own 2 cents. You don't need to when an incident comes up, you don't need to have a powwow with 50 people. You get a representative from this group, a representative from this group, and they can speak on the behalf of their organization and their people and mediate it. One, it helps you to be able to be discreet when a situation comes up. Because if the tower looks out the window and see there's a congregation of 50, 20, 30, 100 people, then of course they're going to assume there's an issue going on. And now the SIS and all them, they're going to be on alert and trying to figure out and trying to investigate what's going on. But if you only got a couple people walking the track, having a private conversation, you're able to keep your business to yourself. So everything in the penitentiary that's put in place is put in place for a reason. And the main reason it's put in place is for the security and safety of all involved. Of course, there's times, more often than I care to mention or relay, that conversations don't always work out. And when those times come, people get hurt. But going into the system, you got to be very conscious of who and what you sign up with. Because like I said, when you sign up for these things, you're signing up for life. But it's not just your life. Welcome to the USP.